Alright, spark plug removal day. This is my first attempt at removing the spark plugs and replacing them on my 2014 Forester XT. I have roughly 55,000 miles on it. It's Christmas holiday, so I figure I'd do it now before I start driving it a lot throughout the year and not having too much time to do it. So here's the spark plugs that I got from the dealership. 224018A830. Here's my Forester. So I'm gonna be removing the battery here, and I'm gonna be removing this air intake duct, air intake cleaner box with filter in it, and then that'll give me some space to get in there. I just got the battery out. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward thing to do, so I didn't want to record it. Now I can access my coils right here and here to get to the spark plugs, so that'll make it a little bit easier with this thing battery not getting in the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the air intake on this side before I start actually taking off the coils and replacing the spark plugs. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Apparently I just take off this clip and this clip to get the air intake duct out. Okay, air intake duct is out. Literally two plastic bolts here. That thing comes out. I just took it out. Next thing that's gonna come out is this box. I'm gonna disconnect the MAF and then try to get access to that radiator hose clamp right there to take it off. And then I'm looking at the coils, and there's one in the back over here, right here, and it looks like this metal brace is gonna get in the way, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna have to remove that or not. It looks like I will, but other than that, that's the only problem it looks like I'll be having. So let me get this off. This will require me to take off that. Well, I got to take off the air filter and things like that first, but I'll take that off. I'll take this off, that bolt right there off, and then get that clamp loose, take off the MAF, and it should pop right out. So alright, so I just got my resonator part of the air box out. Pretty simple, 2 bolts to get this thing out. And the next thing I'm gonna have to get out is the this part where the MAF sensor was connected. I disconnected the MAF sensor. I got to get to that clamp. I just took off the nut and the bolt that holds that brace right here, this one, and I just used a really long extension to reach in there. It's a number 12 bolt, and I used my needle nose pliers to take apart. Well, I didn't take it apart, but I just kind of squeezed out the clip. That way I can push this cable forward here. That way I don't have to break anything to move it out of the way. And then whenever I want to put it back, it'll just snap back in place like it originally was. So let me take that off now. I gotta push this thing through like that. Then the snap-on thing here. See, so this is pretty much what I did here. I just kind of pushed it like that, and then just push it through, and boom, it just released. So now I have clearance to get to both coils back there. I don't know if you can see that. It's not focusing. There you go. So passenger side coils I have easy access to now. Driver's side coils I have easier access to. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove those bolts holding in the coils, and then I'll be pulling the spark plugs out. So I got the bolts off of the coils. This one in the back here, I used a 1/4" ratchet driver. That way it can get in there and actually fit so that you can crank it out. My 3/8 driver was a little big, so I think with a 1/4" ratchet it'll be a lot easier to get these bolts out. I think the hard part is yet to come, but here are the coils. This is my first time unplugging my coil packs, so here's one of them, and here's my one in the back. Let me drop this. I'm just gonna drop it down there. Wow, that's tight. All right, now it's out. So both of them are out. I got access to my spark plugs. There's one there. I don't know if you can see the other one, but same thing. So there it is. I'm about to get those out on the driver's side as well. So guys, stay tuned. I've been able to get all my spark plugs out. I can tell you right now, here's the magic combination of sockets that you need. So here's my 14mm long neck socket, and I just made it up to this universal 3/8 ratchet that can bend like that. Let me put it together. And then a 1.5" extension for 3/8. 1.5" 3/8 extension. So there's my magic combination right there, right? And I'm on the driver's side, which is the tightest side so far. So I've already taken out the spark plug front driver. Now I gotta stick it in here. So as you can see, I stick it in, it bends, stick it in by hand. You got to do it like this. So you got to leave it without the ratcheting tool. You got to leave this off. You got to stick it in there by hand first. I've already broken it loose, so now I just got to unscrew it with my hand. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but yeah, from there, after you've broken it loose, you can just stick another long extension on there, like one of these. Stick it on there, and then just kind of untwist it loose just by hand. That way it's a lot easier. But yeah, that's how you break it loose. That was not too bad. That's my new spark plug. I'm gonna be sticking it to the driver's side rear. FA20DIT. So I'll be sticking it in like this, putting this in like this. I can't do it with one hand. I just tried, and I almost dropped the spark plug, which would have been a disaster. So luckily I was able to get it out with my trusty magnet, which is what you're also going to need to get these spark plugs out when you replace them. But it's pretty much going to look like this. That's bad. And I'll just stick it in, screw it in by hand to seat it first, and then I'll tighten it up with the torque wrench if I can after I get it seated. So I'll be back. Guys, I got all my spark plugs in. I was just able to get this one tightened down, the front driver's side, with my torque wrench, torque ratchet, whatever, and it fits. I mean, it fits everywhere. It'll fit here. There's my torque wrench here. I'm working on the rear passenger side, and I have it set for 13 foot-pounds. I think Subaru calls for 12.9 foot-pounds, so I just rounded up to 13. But I think anywhere between 13 and 15 should be good. See, you can hear it click. Let me try that again. Yep, that's it. That should be good. And then now I got the one last one in the back over there. That should be my driver's side rear, the hardest one. And after that, I just put my coils back on and put everything back together. Alright guys, I'm done. I have new spark plugs inside the cylinders. Coil packs are put back on. I got this brace I'm about to put back on, and it goes right here. It's gonna go into this little hole there, and then this top bolt right here actually goes into this hole here, and then it just kind of goes in like that, exactly like that. Just kind of hold it in place, and then I have a connector back here that I just snap back onto the hole here, and then this thing right here snaps back into there. And then I'm gonna put back the air duct and the air box, put back the filter, and then put back the battery. And then I'm gonna start her up and see what she does. Okay, so everything's reinstalled. I got the air duct reinstalled, the air filter, air box. Everything's plugged back on. MAP sensor re-plugged back in. I actually had to take off the headlight harness in order to fit my torque wrench in there. Battery's back on. So I'm about to start it up for the first time since I have new spark plugs. So let's give it a shot. So the car's making some noises. Everything looks good, sounds good, feels like normal. I'm gonna let her warm up for a little bit before I take her out on the road, just to give her a try. So let me go close the hood, and then I'm gonna take her out for a spin. Oh, she is properly warmed up. I'm taking her out for a spin. 140 degrees. I mode. I'll put her in S mode real quick. Everything seems normal. Everything feels fine. Actually, maybe a little bit more responsive. I don't know. Or it's just me thinking that it's a better car because I have new spark plugs. But everything seems normal. Everything's good. I think I like it. I was wide open throttle for a split second. So everything's good.